So Ole, thank you for hosting me on your ship today.
Welcome on board, and let's hope for a smooth journey.
Smooth journey. So, we've known each other now for almost more than, I would say, 7 years.
Something like that.
Something like that. I had the honor to visit you twice, or 3 times in Norway.
Yeah,
and the story of Norway is always amazing because people might not know a lot about Norway. But the fact that you have a representation of physical ship at the entrance of opportunity, what you are trying to, the main message that you want to convey to the people?
Our focus here, as you rightly said, is on the ocean. It's a ship, the opportunities that lies in the ocean, and that lies for Norwegian and other nations' businesses when it comes to the ocean.
So some of the things that I saw on the wall was the 95% of the oceans are unexplored.
Yeah.
What are you trying here to say, that you want to encourage more exploration, or what is exactly that you are trying to through this journey in your pavilion?
The ocean is important for life. Life not only in the ocean but also onshore, and for our life, and it's extremely important that we manage the resources that the ocean is holding, and both when it comes to those below seabed, those on the seabed, and in the ocean, and also on the ocean surface.
So it's not only about the gas industry or the oil and gas, but also, as you said, it's under the seabed or above the seabed.
Norway is involved in so many sectors, so many parts of the ocean businesses, and our aim here is to, number one, of course, open up for opportunities for Norwegian businesses, but it's also a way of positioning ourselves as a world-leading ocean nation. That's one of the reasons why we're
So what you're trying to do is show the overutilization and the underutilization and the balance.
To show the balance. It's very important. So let's say good and bad here, and to ensure that we are focusing on the sustainable development. Doesn't matter what sector it is.
I know from Norway invested a lot also with the United Nations also on the water protection. Not only the ocean, but what you call the blue economy, but also the freshwater system. What kind of businesses that you're trying to highlight through your participation in Expo, or what is the prospects you'd like to achieve?
Our project is based on a partnership between the government, or the state, and the private sector. So it's a public-private partnership. And so the business sector is also putting money into the project here. Those businesses are within the oil and gas, within aquaculture, of course, within space industries, whatever necessary. Paint is also a very important business sector for the maritime sector, for the ocean businesses and so forth.
In your participation now, how did you find your interaction with other pavilions that might have the same interest, or how much did you find yourself that it was a good platform for you to share your concerns, and you managed to get some movement around it?
Of course, Expo provides a unique arena for international cooperation. During the last 2 months, February and March, we will have more events here than we have had during the beginning. And as the situation looks a bit better, I would say. So but of course we have established so many business contacts, so many personal contacts. So it's an amazing arena, and knowing the fact that 192 or 93, if you depends how you're counting, nations are present here. It's a unique. There's no arena you find a situation like that.
One aspect that I was intrigued by, because Norway is known for as well. When it comes to the oil and gas and the deep ocean rigging, let's say, or what they call it, the exploration. That now you're looking at the space industry in the same way you're looking at the ocean, because you're seeing them as the same.
Yeah, but the ocean monitoring and control takes place from space. There we can monitor illegal fishing, or fishing, legal fishing.
Illegal fishing.
We can do weather forecast. We can, let's say, we can measure temperatures, see how the ice is developing in terms of melting and so forth. We're monitoring ship transport. We can monitoring security, port operations, whatever. We do everything.
But also you're trying to show the businesses that do oil and gas that you can use the same equipment into space.
Yeah, and you see the equipment now. I briefly mentioned that we are venturing into the aquaculture sector, moving aquaculture from the fjords out in open sea, offshore, and the constructions that the equipment that we're using here is very much based on the oil and gas industry. So I'm saying that when we are shifting now gradually from export of, let's say, oil and gas products into aquaculture products, which is fish, we are also using the same technology
that you developed.
We even use technology from the oil and gas sector in the medical sector. So there are so many learnings from one sector into another.
I think it's part of what you call the circular economy.
Yeah.
That now you're trying to recycle as well the knowledge, not only the equipment, but the knowledge and everything else into these various new.
And we recycle the people as well. You know, we bring them from one sector to the other sector. You know, they bring with them that knowledge into a new sector.
You know, Norway, or a Norwegian company, did a very ambitious project in the UAE, and it's working fine, which is harvesting salmon.
Yeah. Or producing salmon.
Producing salmon in the desert.
In the desert. Based on Norwegian technology. You know, the entire Middle East is extremely important to us. The seafood sector, aquaculture sector, fish farming is important to this region to replace the lost wild fish resources from, let's say, that be Red Sea or other areas. You need to replace that protein with self-produced fish, and the willingness to invest in that sector is also quite amazing here in this region. But there's one but.
Okay.
And that's the competence. Of course, you can buy equipment from anywhere. You can buy the same, more or less a copy or same equipment from China or other places like we produce in Norway. But does that equipment come with knowledge? Question mark.
Yeah.
And that's the feedback we got, that Norwegian equipment and Norwegian technology for the aquaculture sector is actually preferred because it's not only equipment, it comes with the knowledge, because we have done this for so many years.
How did you find your personal experience into this expo?
I've been into so many sectors, so coming here where all sectors are present and with a so broad focus, you know, and I worked for Innovation Norway for 21 years, so it's and our focus is very broad in terms of business. We work with any sector, with any business. But I would say the uniqueness of our pavilion here and our focus here is that we have limited our focus on one sector, if we can call the ocean businesses one sector, because we can be much more precise in our message, precise in focusing on the sustainability. It's based on our let's say Norwegian ocean strategy that was launched first in 2017 and revised one in 2019. So the entire concept here is based on that strategy.
I can tell you for sure myself, I learned more about the ocean. As you said, we usually take for granted when we go to the beach, when we see it. But I think you have managed to put a new spin in your storytelling about the people, how they should look at the ocean as an organ rather than only as a leisure place, and to know the consequence of how you deal with the ocean, how the ocean can deal with you back.
Yesterday we received a person here. He had been in the shipping industry for at least 40 years, maybe 50 years, 40 years at least. And he said that when he entered the gate here at Opportunity, he saw Norwegian Pavilion. It looked like a car carrier, and he had been in that business. It was more or less like being back into his own business. He came inside the pavilion. He said, "This is our business. This is what we are doing." All companies are so much involved in sustainability, sustainable development, sustainable, let's say, trade when it comes to fuels, other things when it comes to the maritime sector.
So Ole, I want to thank you for having me on your ship.
And I want to thank you for all the support you have given us since the first day we met, from 7 years back, until today. So I'm extremely grateful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.